You've seen the headlines. China and India slapped 300% tariffs. Is this the end of McDonald's in Asia? Sounds wild, right? But before you panic buy fries, let's break down what's really happening. This isn't just about burgers, it's about money, power, and global influence. So, what's a tariff? Think of it as a country's cover charge for foreign products. When an American iPhone enters India, the government can slap on a fee, a tariff, making it pricier for you. Tariffs protect local businesses, raise government revenue, or act as weapons in trade disputes. Now, add a boycott. That's when people themselves refuse to buy from certain countries or companies. Tariffs come from the top. Boycotts come from the ground up. When both hit at once, global brands like McDonald's become symbols in a much bigger fight. So, is there really a 300% tariff on McDonald's in India and China? No. That's internet fiction. But the tension is real. Retaliatory tariffs, political posturing, and a surge of nationalism are shaking things up. We're seeing a major flare-up in the economic tug-of-war between the West and Asia's giants. The real story isn't a single tariff. It's a shift in global power, and your lunch is caught in the crossfire. What happens in New Delhi and Beijing ripples worldwide. This is about more than fast food. It's about the future of global trade. Let's see how we got here. So, how did this all start? In August 2025, former US President Trump slapped a 50% tariff on Indian goods. The reason? He accused India of profiting from cheap Russian oil, dodging sanctions. India fired back, calling the move unfair and unjustified. This wasn't just a spat, it was a public high-stakes fallout. Enter Prime Minister Modi's Swadhi campaign, a push for Indians to buy local and boost self-reliance. The US tariffs gave Modi the perfect moment to double down, turning vocal for local into a national rallying cry. Suddenly, buying a Pepsi or a Big Mac became a political act. The message: if America hurts our economy, we'll hit their corporations. American brands, McDonald's, Coca-Cola, KFC, Amazon became targets, not just businesses. For decades, these brands symbolized progress in India. Now the narrative flipped. The government encouraged citizens to turn away from foreign brands. It's a risky move. It could boost local industry, but also scare off foreign investors. The US-India trade war just got personal, and it's playing out in every mall and corner store. The stakes have never been higher. With government support, the boycott movement exploded. Influential figures like Baba Ramdev called for a total boycott of American brands on national TV. Groups like Swadeshi Jagran Manch organized rallies, protests, and weaponized WhatsApp to spread boycott lists and Indian alternatives. In a country with over 500 million WhatsApp users, these messages went viral. Politicians joined in, warning that a nationwide boycott could hurt the US more than any tariff. The movement had support from the top and energy from the grassroots. The result? A wave of anti-American sentiment everywhere: news, social media, public squares. For US brands, every ad and product became political. They were squeezed by government rhetoric and public anger. The boycott brigade was relentless. American companies faced a PR nightmare. The pressure was on from all sides. Why does this matter to giants like PepsiCo or McDonald's? Because India is a massive, fast-growing market. PepsiCo India's revenue over 8,000 crore rupees. McDonald's India nearly 2,400 crore. A successful boycott could wipe billions off their balance sheets. Indian companies seized the moment. Dabur, for example, ran ads urging people to choose their Swadeshi toothpaste over Colgate. The digital space is another battleground. India is Meta's largest market, and Domino's has more outlets here than anywhere outside the US. Billions have been invested to localize products and build supply chains. A sustained boycott threatens to undo decades of work. Multinationals rely on open markets and stable politics. When that breaks down, they become pawns in a bigger game. Consumer loyalty is fragile. Nationalism can change everything overnight. For local competitors, this is a rare chance to reclaim market share. The rupee race is on, and homegrown brands finally have the upper hand. The stakes are enormous. The future of global brands in India hangs in the balance. Despite the noise, the reality on the ground is mixed. Not everyone is ditching their Pepsi or Big Mac. For many, especially in cities, trade disputes feel distant. Lunch is just lunch. Years of marketing and local investment have built brand loyalty and habit. Many consumers are practical. Convenience, taste, and price matter more than politics. There's a silent majority who aren't boycotting, just living their lives. Meanwhile, Indian business leaders see a chance to build homegrown tech and brands inspired by China's success. They want India to be a creator, not just a market. The public is divided: passionate boycotters, indifferent consumers, and strategic thinkers pushing for economic independence. US brands feel the heat, but they're not frozen out. The outcome depends on which group wins the hearts and wallets of India. The battle is far from over. The next move is up to the people. Let's clear up the 300% tariff myth. It's fake. No such tariff exists on McDonald's or any US brand in India or China. The real story is the US's 50% tariff on Indian goods and the resulting boycott movement. But the viral number reveals real anxiety about trade wars. China's name pops up for a reason. It's a master of subtle, unofficial boycotts. When South Korea hosted a US missile system, Chinese consumers spontaneously boycotted Korean brands. No official order needed. That's the Chinese playbook. Deniable, but devastating. Right now, though, China isn't targeting McDonald's. The focus is on the US-India dispute. India is also fighting a quieter trade war with China, slapping tariffs on Chinese steel. The fake headline stirs fear, but the real threat to US brands is coming from India's grassroots, not Beijing. The real story is more complex and more local than the headlines suggest. India's trade drama is part of a global trend: rising protectionism. After decades of globalization, countries are building economic walls again, especially in Asia. The US-India spat is just one chapter in a worldwide shift towards self-interest over cooperation. Asian countries are even putting up barriers against each other. India just hit Chinese steel with new tariffs. COVID-19 exposed the risks of global supply chains, fueling campaigns like Made in India. Governments want to build their own tech, manufacturing, and champion companies. They don't want to be just the world's factory. They want to be the boardroom. For brands like McDonald's and Meta, this is a huge challenge. They must localize, invest in local supply chains, and prove they're partners, not outsiders. The era of easy globalization is over. Now, global brands must feel local to survive. So, is this the end for McDonald's in Asia? Almost certainly not. These companies are survivors. They've weathered political storms and cultural backlash before. A boycott in India is serious but not fatal. Their secret weapon: localization. McDonald's in India sells Mac Aloo Tikki, not beef. Domino's offers Paneer Makhani pizza. PepsiCo sells Masala Magic snacks. They employ thousands locally, source ingredients from Indian farmers, and pay local taxes. This deep integration is their best defense. For many, these brands are affordable luxuries, or just convenient options. Consumer habits are hard to break, and public sentiment can shift quickly. These companies play the long game. They'll adapt, localize, and wait out the storm. The future will be more complex and challenging, but not the end. The golden arches may be tarnished, but they're not falling. They'll keep selling billions of burgers and fries across Asia. The era of frictionless globalization is over, but adaptation is the new survival strategy. The story isn't about extinction, it's about evolution.